Hey, Dina. Good to see you.
Hey there. Good to see you too.
Dorothy, let's start with your nurse's call. And then what I'm going to go into is Heather's question. And the reason I want to go into Heather's question is because right after that, we're going to finish chapter 1. And I was surprised that it really plays into the question that Heather had. So if you don't mind, Dorothy, why don't you go ahead and start the nurse's call. Welcome, everybody.
Well, hi.
Hello.
This week's nurse's call is all about the 3 and 3, about using the optimal optimal menu with 3 meals, okay, which adds calories. But better than that, and I think everybody, if they have the opportunity, I went on support calls online, because last week, which I didn't get into, they talked about transition. Wow. And it was the dietitian, and she breaks it down really wonderfully. And I think it would be well worth everybody's, to go on and do the June 1st one with Lori Anderson, because it really goes into exactly how the program works. She's talking about you're adding in calories and carbs, and it's people who have been on the 5 and 1, and they start adding them in because they're going out of fat burn, and they add in their vegetables the first week, and then they go from 5 and 4 Metafast, and they add fruit. You don't use 5 Metafast, you go to 4, and you add the fruit, and the third week, it's 4 and a lean and green, and 1 serving of fat and dairy, and 4 to 6, the 4th to the 6th week, you do the same thing, and you figure out your T, and it says that there's a T calculator, which is your energy, how you're using your energy. I think it's thermal energy something or other.
Yeah.
But supposedly there's on the website a way of them figuring it out for you. I know it's in the book in chapter 12, but they said it was on the website also.
Yeah.
So if you have the opportunity to go there and listen to her, it's really, really a good one. And you can go to support calls online, and it's the June 1st one.
Okay.
I think it's
good.
Better. Yeah.
I think I'll go get it and post it into the challenge wall. What I want to say is not everybody is doing the Metafast format. Right. However, I do believe all of the habits of health apply regardless of the way you're choosing to do your weight loss. So when she's talking about the Metafast process, all you have to do is interject what you're doing, and it will apply straight across the board. If you lose weight doing your own thing, you're still going to have to transition out. So I would say what you do is you listen to what they do when a person is on the 5 and 1 protocol, and then apply that to yourself in terms of what you've been doing. When you don't transition out, Jerry can speak to that, and so can I, and so can Marsha. Dorothy, you did transition out, right, didn't you?
No, I did not.
And then Marsha, as in Novita, she really did her own thing all the way through using Metafast products, right, Marsha?
Yes, yeah. Yes.
So when you transitioned out, you weren't 100% Metafast, so your transition was a little bit different. Have you actually transitioned out because you're at your goal weight? I don't bother.
Yeah.
You seem to know what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm maintaining.
Yeah. So I'll get that information. I'll post it. Now, Heather asked a question on the wall. She says, I've lost some weight, but I am a bit slower in losing the last 3 to 5 days. Do you think it could be because that she's building muscle? Now, Heather, I'll have you unmute yourself because I need to ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
Thank you. And I asked her for some specifics. She's getting 7 hours sleep a night. She's doing 1,200 calories, 5 meals. She's doing 10,000 steps a day, minimum.
Wow.
She's walking, jogging 2 to 3 miles a day as the weather permits. She's trying to do 10 minutes of abs nightly, and she's doing 10 minutes of cardio. So if you look with what we know, the sleep is good, nothing to address there. The eating 5 meals a day. What's the longest period of time you go without eating?
Maybe 2 to 3 hours.
So are you eating every 3 hours?
I would say so.
Okay. Because we eat every 3 hours, but we have 6 meals a day. So I didn't know how that calculated out with 5 meals. The reason we eat every 3 hours is in 3 hours, your body's looking for fuel. And when it doesn't get
Right.
fuel, it goes into the starvation mode, which would slow down your metabolism. But it doesn't sound like that would be affecting you because you're eating every 3 hours.
Yeah, I just
Mhm.
very much after dinner. That's why I would only say 5.
Okay.
What about her water?
Say again?
Water.
80 to
What
100.
about her water?
She's getting the water.
Oh, that
Now, when I look at your
shit's
exercise,
gonna-
when you're only having 1,200 calories, the exercise you're doing is significant, which means you're using a lot of those calories for exercise, which again would put your body into starvation mode because it's not
Yeah.
getting enough calories to sustain the weight loss and the energy you need. It's all about energy in, energy out. And energy, that's what a calorie is energy. So if your energy is only 1,200 calories and you're doing 1,000 calories in exercise, you've only left your body to do its necessary things, 200 calories. So into 5 and 1, and I like to always parallel everything to that because the only thing we're talking different here is the food you're using. And into 5 and 1, if somebody is doing exercise, we advise them not to do it for 3 weeks after they start the program. Allow their body to get used to the low calorie intake from what it's used to. And then we also tell them if they're going to do exercise, don't do anything that's huffing and puffing because it will take away from the calories that you're expending, you're eating. And then the third thing that we tell people is that if you are going to exercise, then add another Medifast meal in your day on the days when you're exercising so you get those extra calories to cover the calories you're expending so your body doesn't go into starvation mode. Now, does anyone have anything they want to offer to Heather in terms
For
of?
me, she needs to make sure if she's going to exercise that much, she's for sure getting some protein. I don't know if she's on the Medifast, but she for sure needs to get protein if she's going to exercising like that. And is she measuring?
What's your food intake? Is it nutritious food?
Oh yeah, I mean tons of fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
Chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm eating much better than I used to, by all means.
Yeah.
That's the problem right there.
Say again, Jerry.
That's the problem right there, is because she's getting so much fruits and vegetables. Because if she's eating a lot of fruits, that's not going to be conducive to weight loss because of the sugar in them.
Yeah, not a ton, but I mean, like today I had like a cup of raw cauliflower, a cup of raw green beans, and then some cantaloupe so far today.
Okay.
Yeah. So I might would play.
What about protein?
Yeah.
I might would play with the fruit in terms of back off from that and replace it with more greens. But what do you mean by 3 to 5 days? Because I never really could track my weight loss in 3 to 5 days. So explain that part.
Well, I unfortunately weigh myself every day, and I know I shouldn't, but I did have a few pounds, that I had lost or whatever, and now just there's nothing that's changed by any means. So that's what I was referring to.
But you haven't gained and you haven't lost more. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I've been right about the same. Mine, give or take some ounces.
Now back to what
How
Donna,
about measurement?
are you measuring?
No, I was talking to Peace about that earlier, and that's what I probably should be doing.
Right. So when the scale does not show
Yeah.
weight loss, the measuring tape will. But
Yeah.
the reason they don't like it, that's another rule in our program is that you only weigh once a week. And I doubt any of us have done that. I know my weigh day was Thursday, and I would weigh on Tuesday to see how I was doing for Thursday's weigh-in. And I learned from that the scale was not reliable. I could be
No.
lost 4 pounds on Tuesday and then Thursday come and only lost 2 pounds. Or right the opposite, I could have not lost any weight and then Thursday get here and I'd lost weight. So a lot of goes on with the weight loss side of this, and measuring is a definite. So with what Jerry said, I thought that was good about the fruit, kind of mix up what you're eating. If you're
Yep.
eating your dinner late in the day, I don't think you need to worry about a 3 or 5 day count there. They don't even call a plateau until you have lost weight for 2 weeks. Okay?
I'm not there yet.
Hey, but try to eat protein and the fruit together.
Try to eat
Right.
what?
That's one thing.
Protein
Dawn, you're right. That's one thing.
and the fruit together.
Fruit
Yeah,
and
pro-
protein, eat them at the same
Yeah.
time. Like well, you're not on ours, but. eat
Dorothy,
fruit
sit in a little bit. You're away from your phone, and so you're not as loud.
Okay, Dawn is right. They said to eat your fruit with a protein.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you do that?
And also measure. I don't know if you're measuring what you're eating, because we get careless. We think we know, but if you have a scale, I would suggest that you weigh. And if a person thinks they can eat a whole apple, and that's a fruit, and that's not necessarily so if you got a big apple.
Right.
So, we eyeball things, but there are things that we can still measure, either weigh them or, after a while we think we know, but it gets to be more than what we think. I mean, that's just a thought. I'm not saying that's your problem.
No.
But it does happen.
And what the rule
Even
is, go ahead, Dorothy. I'm sorry.
I just said it even has happened to me. You think that chicken breast is exactly the weight you want it to be, but not necessarily so.
Yeah, eyeballing's different. But are you weighing food and measuring food, Heather?
And measuring, not weighing.
Okay, so, and you can pretty much assure yourself that every day you're having 1,200 calories at least, or is that something you're
Well, that's
to?
Fitness Pal, and that's what it calculated me based on losing a pound a week, my height and weight. So that's how it calculated the 1,200 calories for me. And then I just log all of it in there. There's been a few days that I've been over, like when I'm at my camp and stuff, but, I try to compensate, with more exercise or whatever. So, but I'm close to the 1,200 every day, if not a little bit under.
You may have
you
to
wouldn't believe it.
Who said
You
that?
wouldn't believe it.
Oh, go ahead.
You wouldn't believe it. But if you're not weighing, you may not be eating enough protein.
Right.
Okay.
And if you don't
Pro-
eat enough, then you're going to.
Protein's a big one.
Okay.
Yes, protein is a big one. Yeah.
So now,
Or even if you have to drink it. If you can't eat it, drink it. In a shake of some sort. Especially if you're going to be working out, you got to have protein.
Right. Okay.
that's now, after hearing all of this and knowing what you know, do you think you're just looking too soon and you don't really have a problem, or do you see things that would help?
Oh, I definitely see things that would help now.
What changes would you start playing with?
Well, definitely looking at my protein intake and seeing if I'm not getting enough. Making sure I'm doing more of the vegetables rather than the fruits, and kind of go from there. And I will measure, myself first off, and I'll try to get something to measure the actual food also, other than just like cups and ounces and that sort of thing.
Guaranteed you'll
Heather,
see results. Go ahead.
I was just gonna, are you starting your day off within the first half hour and eating something? I know I've found that makes a big difference in my life. You're actually getting your machine started. If you don't eat something in the first half hour, you might not really get your body going to burn calories.
No, it's probably within the first hour and a half to 2 hours.
I bumped that up big time. You might see a real change if you started within the first half hour.
Okay.
That was great, Dina. Thank you. And that is one of our
Yes.
formats, is that we eat within a half hour of getting up to get the
Okay.
started. So very good.
And it does make a difference, because sometimes in the days I don't eat within a half hour, it seems like I'm tired the whole day.
Mhm.
It seems I don't get that.
What kinds of things would you recommend to have then that's quick, while I'm getting myself ready for work and my girls ready for school, that I could have quick?
When I didn't have this program, the MetaFast, there was a protein shake that was a whey-based, which I like a little bit better than soy, actually, but it's
Yeah.
called Tria, Tria. It's got great vitamins in it, and it's only it's either 90 or 100 calories and like 15 grams of protein.
Okay.
It's a great way to start it, and it's really good if you use the cashew or the almond milk because it makes it creamy.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, so we're going to go ahead and complete chapter 1. Let me do my sharing here. You still here? Yes. Yeah, let's bring that up. Everybody can see this? Yes? Can you see my screen?
See,
Yes.
Pretty picture.
Okay. So we'll do a
Yes.
recap. Okay, good. I
Yes.
didn't hear any
Yes.
notes out there. So
it's
we'll do-
beautiful.
we'll do a
Lovely
recap.
sentence.
Okay, we'll do a recap of last week. So last week we discovered that our nature is flawed by design. Our 10,000-year-old biology is now living in the 21st century. Fast food is plentiful, convenient, cheap, and tasty. The food industry once produced quality food to gain loyalty. You actually knew your farmer back then. The food industry is no longer interested in providing high-quality food. Food has become big business, and their focus has moved to quality and from quality to cost. It's all about the bottom line, the profit that they can make. Healthcare is focused on sick care. It's too little, too late. Hospitals and medicines are geared to cure illness, not in creating health. And it's not just our health that is suffering, but our pocketbooks as well. So in conclusion, last week, the primary considerations was for us to be responsible for our own health. To truly make that fundamental choice of getting healthy as opposed to losing weight, and recognize the triggers that surround you. Dina was talking about going to work and that it was easier. Dina, when you say that,
Yes.
what you said in the room, say that to us.
That I was really happy to be going to work Monday morning. And it gets chaotic there, but there's a routine, and it's easier to keep my meals in. And as long as I can figure out a way to get in some exercise, like some walking, I'll have it made.
Yeah.
Easier than on the weekends when it gets a little off kilter.
Well, I think that the ones of us that's been on MetaFast, one of the factors there, they've said that it feels like that if you go on vacation, that you probably will not be as successful as if you were at home. And right, the opposite is true. You're more successful. So I would relate that to you being at work. And the reason that you're more successful when you're out of your house is because you don't have the triggers at work, and you don't have the triggers when you're on vacation that you do when you're at home. And that's why cleaning your house up is so important to the overall cause. So let's get started. Let's go here and get the slideshow going. Okay. Boom. Slideshow. And let's go from the current slide. So your daily calorie balance since the early 1980s has been increasing, taking in more calories than we're using. And so that's the reason for the accumulation of fat. And that just stands to reason. It doesn't matter what the calories are. The reason the MetaFast program is so successful with the people who are able to do it is because they have scientifically formulated all the food in such a way that your body's getting everything it needs. It's getting the proper amounts, the proper mixture, and getting it at the right times. And they have reduced the calories down and tricked your body into thinking it's getting everything it needs, and then put you in a state of fat burn. I don't think that with other ways of losing weight that you will have the same success you have on the 5-in-1, but the 5-in-1 is a rapid weight loss program. I think with any program, now when we have someone who's not doing the rapid weight loss program, they'll do 4 Metafast meals and 2 lean and greens. So basically anyone can follow the protocol and have the 100 calorie snacks 5 times a day. If you wanted to go into the fat burn, supplement it with a multiple vitamin. Be sure to get your electrolytes and your omega-3, and you should be able to do pretty good with that. And if you're looking to have a slower weight loss, it's just take the calories like Heather did, the 1,200, and just monitor it and watch the movement, and then you will have the same effect. It might just be a little bit slower. Thomas Edison, which we all know and respect him for who he was, the brilliant man. And he said many years ago, the doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will instruct his patient in the care of the human frame, in diet and in cause and prevention of disease. And that's basically what we're talking about when we say to get optimally healthy. We're talking about taking care of the human frame. So this is not something new. This is something they've known for years. But yet the medical system has continued to treat sick people instead of teach people how to be well. So if you look at the current and projected health plan, according to the forecasted path in red, you will see where our health is going. Does everybody know what non-sick means?
Yeah.
Yeah, me.
So non-sick is when you're not well, but you're not sick enough to get medical care, and more people are in that frame of being than they are in well care. And at the current rate we're going, people are going to be dying sooner because of that. And Dr. A's path, which can be adapted to any program you're doing, well, as long as you're moving towards optimal health, then you can move your life to a better quality, higher quality, and for a longer period of time. Our energy balance today, fast forward to today, and things are all together different. There, we missed one. Our energy balance 10,000 years ago. Usually back then, our daily calorie consumption matched the effort expended to get those calories. They had to fish, they had to plant gardens, they had to chase down animals. So it enabled them to maintain a balance of energy in and energy out. However, they still died around 30. Even though they did really good, then all of a sudden they died at an early age. We may not have lived long, but we were lean, mean fighting machines right up until the day we fell off a cliff, stepped on a poisonous insect, or become lunch for a saber-toothed tiger. So the reason that people didn't live a long time back then had to do with something happening to them, not what they ate. So our energy balance today, fast forward to today, and things are altogether different. Modern food technology has made energy-dense food cheap, abundant, and great tasting. Add to that a never-ending stream of energy-saving devices, and our energy management system just can't get the job done anymore. So we're doing less, we're eating more, and that is the reason we're experiencing the obesity that we are in this country. Your journey to sarcopenia, does everyone know what that is? It's where, as you age, you lose muscle. After the age of 20,
No, you mentioned it today.
Yeah. So after the age of 20, 1 pound of muscle consumes 70 calories a day. By age 40, energy use is down 1,400 calories a day. So if you change nothing in your diet over the year, sorry.
There she is.
Sorry. Let's go back. Okay, there we go. Just share the screen again. So were y'all with me to here? Yes? Am I still connected? Okay,
The
good.
sarcopenia.
Okay, so we lose 1 pound.
We are right here. Yep.
Everybody's good? Okay. So we lose 1 pound of muscle after the age of 20, and that equals 70 calories. By the age of 40, you've lost 1,400 calories. So if you continued eating what you eat, then you would lose 1,400 calories in your day, and that would make you gain weight as well. So if you're like most people today, your calories in go up a lot quicker than your calories out. And if you actually measure your totals, your energy intake would exceed your energy expended. Add to this imbalance the fact that we lose on an average of a pound of muscle per year after age 20. Since each pound consumes 50 to 70 calories of energy in a 24-hour period, by the time we're 40, we have lost about 1,400 calories in a day.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was a big one for me when I learned that. So, what new healthy habits do you intend to adopt as you work towards your goal to optimal health? And what unhealthy habits do you want to leave behind? This would be a good exercise for us all to do and give us something to work forward to. That completes chapter 1. And if you want to talk any of those subjects a little bit more, just tell me. Heather, do you see how that plays into your question?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I was really surprised when I went to do the lesson and your question all came up on the same day. So that was good. How's everyone doing in the challenge? I mean, I've been traveling most of the month. I apologize for it, but there's, you know, that's all I can do. I thought I'd have a better internet connection today, and I don't. Beverly, how are you feeling, honey?
Well, better, thanks. Today's better than yesterday.
Right. And you're worried about losing too much weight, is that right?
Yeah. I've got basically one more pound to go, and then that's the limit. But that'll be a good thing for me because they don't want me losing too fast. So
Right.
I just need to stay where I'm at.
All right. So Marcia, do you want to, Marcia as in Pickering? I have my two Marcias in there. Do you want to share with us what it is that you researched today?
Let me get it up, and then I will share my screen. Let me find it. Quick background on what went on with me is when I first started in 2011, August of 2011, right afterwards they started using Stop, Challenge, and Choose. And so I decided that this would be a very good thing for me to do. And the first thing I did is, let me see if I can find them. Oh, this got mixed up.
Are you looking to share your screen?
Oh, yes. I got to do that first, yeah. Okay, share my screen. There we are. Okay, now you can see my presentation. Let me bring up, I want to find, they changed them around on me. They put them backwards. This is what I did when I first started. This is my refrigerator today. But this picture of me
Double click it,
has
Marcia.
been on my refrigerator ever since I started in August 2011. You know what I need is I need to bring this up so I can, on the side. It's not going to let me.
Just double click it. It should come up.
It's not coming up for some reason. It should, because the other things are not.
Well, can you see it? You can just share it with us.
I hope I can bring it up to see it. Let me see where it is. But because I had, this is my outline for it. There it is. This is my outline for it. But what I did is to help me do it, to be aware and Stop, Challenge, and Choose is Stop is to be aware of what you are about to do. Your challenge is what are the pros and cons of doing that action. And Choose is only you can make the choice to continue that action or choose one that will keep you healthy. So for my Stop, I did put the picture on the refrigerator, and I have left it there for the 3 years, and I think that does help. And after I had reached my goal, I left inside. I was on insulin, and I left inside the glass with my needle and 1 vial of insulin. So it would remind me, I don't want to go back to that. Then to, back to these were all in order, and when I transferred them, they messed them all up. Then you go to your,
There's your picture. That's the one she kept on her. Jerry's wife, Marion, is the one who made those pictures. You remember that, Jerry?
yep, she did.
Yeah.
And then the challenge is the devil's on one shoulder and then the angel's on the other. And it's like, I really want that ice cream. I mean, I love ice cream and things. And I really would want to order pasta. And then, you know, the angel part would say, you know, if you do, there's consequences, and are you going to, it's, you know, and it's a battle. And I sometimes was there for maybe 2 or 3 minutes going back and forth, like, I really want that. But basically 95% of the time I did choose to eat a better, healthier foods instead of like your, let me bring up my fast foods. Foods like this. I gotta learn how to do like Bonnie has.
Trying to make us hungry, Marsha? You trying to make us hungry?
Actually, you know, they don't, the pizza, and this is my favorite because my husband, I will tell you, as I was losing the weight, my husband would, I love plain donuts with peanut butter on them, fried cakes with peanut butter on them. And he was bringing them home, and so I wouldn't hurt his feelings. I was eating them, but then I felt guilty, and I had that battle again. And I told him, don't bring them home anymore, and he did. I took the donut, and I went over to the wastebasket, and I crumbled it up. And he said, what are you doing? I said, I don't want any more donuts. Don't bring them home to me. So I had gone from that to choosing, my choices would be these. And these are the different things and how they will help you. And these are better choices than the others. And I have found to do that. There's my burger. There they are. They are. Let me see what was next on my thing. Let me get rid of some of these screens so I can see what was next. I got busy at work. I was doing really good on this, and then I got real busy on it and had to go. But this was your challenge and stuff, and then the choosing was, if you choose the fast food, your predictable outcome will be this.
Yeah.
Come up. Oh, it's not going to come up. I know what it is. You have to do it on the picture.
But we can see it, Mars. We can see it.
Oh, can you see the picture?
Yeah, we can see it.
If you choose that is what your outcome is going to be. If you choose your fast foods and like that, choose your veggies. Oh, come on.
Oh, there you
And
go.
your picture will be there.
There's her after.
And this was me. This was me. Now I started in August of 2011, and this was me in July of 2014.
Nice.
And it is. I had made the choice that I used to live to eat, and now I eat to live and stay healthy. And things.
Well, thank
for
you.
you.
Marsha. You
I
did
got
it.
one more picture. And then I love butterflies. My mother loved butterflies. And I saw a saying once that said, butterflies are free. And I tell my people, butterflies are free, and you can be free to choose a life to optimal health. The choice is yours.
Good.
And this is the life that Dick and I want. Come on.
You put a lot of work in this.
Yeah.
I can't believe I did it in one day. I can't believe I did it in one day.
Well, thank you, Marsha. We really appreciate that.
I can't get the picture of Dick and I up for some
We
reason.
can see it. We can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
But
did.
Connie took pictures of us after Dick went on the plan and lost his weight. And so your choice is you. It's all you, and it's every day you have to make a choice between stopping, challenging, and choosing. And I use it a lot.
Thank you, girl. Is that it? Thank you.
Stop share.
Well, that was Marcia's first attempt, and I think you did excellent. The information was good. We'll work on your presentation. We'll see what was going wrong there, and we will do better as we go along.
I like how you got yours on the side. I don't know how to do that yet.
Well, I'll help you with all of that later today. Now, what I would like to talk about here is I've heard people who have been in the challenge that used the Stop Challenge Choose, that's learned it in the challenge. Will anybody who practices Stop Challenge Choose make a comment on it? Nobody?
I use it,
I,
but I use it in the grocery.
I use it.
Tell us about, Dorothy, did you say you use it?
I use it in the grocery store because if I can keep it from being in the house, I do a lot better.
Yes, yes, yes.
No. Dawn, did you have a comment?
I use it all of the time. Stop Challenge Choose, not only for my food, but what, where I'm going to walk or what exercises I'm going to do or all of it. I incorporate the whole thing, or, my supplements and my water and my, not having this or having that. I use it all day long.
Mm-hmm. We have found that Stop Challenge Choose works in every aspect of your life. It started out for me with just making better choices, but I found that I use it for making pretty much any decision that I make that has the potential of not being good for me. And that can be even in a relationship and speaking better to someone or not reacting as quickly and saying, okay, think about this. Is it really that important to cause a problem? So Stop Challenge Choose is a great exercise just in general in life. Jerry, congratulations.
I agree.
Who?
You, congratulations.
For what?
You met your goal last month. We haven't had you here, so we congratulate you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not going as fast this month.
Okay. You doing well now?
Yeah, I've only lost about 3 pounds.
Yeah, moving in the right direction.
Yeah, but I try to do it a little quicker than that. But
Yeah.
it seems like I hit Heather was talking about not losing, and I'm doing the same stuff I normally do, but I went a week and didn't lose.
I gotta go, guys.
Do that.
Yeah.
What Don say?
I stayed right at my.
I gotta go. I can't breathe.
Okay, Dawn,
Okay,
you
Dawn.
take care of yourself, and we're glad you came, baby.
Bye.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You did it.
All right, bye. Get feeling better.
Bye.
Take care of yourself, girl.
Bye-bye.
Bye, honey.
Can you still?
All right, let's do this.
This weather. This heat.
Okay, I think she's not there. She's just, her picture's just froze there. Jerry, there's people in the room that don't know your story. Do you mind sharing it?
No, my story is in 2011. I lost right at 100 pounds.
Wow. Wow.
It took about 9 months.
That's great.
And I found that if I am absolutely religious with the MetaFast program, I was losing an average of, what was it, Connie, about 4 pounds a week?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was losing, when I was really religious with it, the first 3 months I lost about, I think, 50 or 60 pounds.
Yeah, you were quick.
And then after that, I started incorporating other things, and the weight still comes off, but it doesn't come off as quick. I weighed everything to the ounce, Heather, when I ate it. There was nothing that went in that wasn't exactly the way Dr. A's program is supposed to be. And when you do that, I can tell you, nothing else in the world works like this program. But, you know, even now, you know, in trying to stay on the program, I still wind up incorporating more things in it, or I'm eating more than 6 ounces of chicken. You know, like tonight, you know, I had 2 little spoonfuls of potatoes, you know, little butter potatoes, when I shouldn't have had that, but I wanted the taste. And I know that that's not the best thing, you know, for staying on the program and staying on track. But I had chicken, I had green beans, and I had a few potatoes. And I've gotten to where I'm still losing weight, but it's nowhere near with the speed that, you know.
Yeah,
I
when
can
you're
do it.
compliant. Yeah.
Right, when you're compliant.
And
But,
one
you
of
know,
the,
then let me get finished. Then what happened to me is after I'd lost all that weight, then I started nibbling and I was still trying to stay true to the program. But over the course of a couple of years, I gained around 45 pounds back. And it was always, well, I'll go back on it later. I'll go back on it.
Yep.
And, you know, I kept getting away from what I should be doing. Now, being back on it, you know, I'm going back down. I'm just trying to read. You know, I've lost 18 pounds in the last challenge and this challenge so far. So, you know, I'm good as far as starting to lose it again. I just have to make myself be true to the program. And once I do that, you know,
the results follow.
everybody can do it. They'll just be
Predictable.
you know, compliant, I guess
Yeah.
is the best way.
Yeah.
The more compliant, the better your weight loss.
You're right. So what's your plans when you get your weight off this time?
Well, you know, we were just talking earlier with Dorothy was talking about the transition. And I think that's what I didn't do the last time, and none of us really have done. And what I want to try to do is try to do transition back to regular food, and then still maintain the Metafast at least 3 times a day. Really believe, and I've done different things and tried different things over the last 6 months, and you know, you find what works and what doesn't work. And one of the things that I think is I was skipping the middle morning meal, I was skipping the afternoon meal, you know, instead of eating a bar or drinking a shake or doing something between real food meals, so to speak. I think it hurts you, you know, because you're not ravaged at 5 o'clock looking for dinner.
Yeah.
And then you can make yourself just eat 6 ounces of chicken. You know,
Yeah.
you're not starving to death where you eat 2 breasts instead of 1, you know. So I believe, like, you know, we've talked about, I really believe the transition is the key to going to regular food, but still maintain the Metafast meals as well in conjunction with eating regular food.
And for those not on Metafast, that would be your 100-calorie snacks that you would eat.
And
Right.
now, I like the Metafast meals, and I've looked at the different things. There's nothing else with the quality of protein, the quality of food, so to speak, or the quality of vitamins and so forth, like the Metafast bars out there, you know. So it's just, I really believe in their product.
Do you journal, Jerry?
Yeah, I have been doing that since I went back on the program. I also have, when I was on my diet for the full, you know, first year, the first 9 months when I was losing everything, I've got everything I ate for 9 months. written down, and I still have that. I also have Heather, every day that I went away.
I journal, but I will say that we get complacent and think that we are in control of our life, and oh, I have a taste for,
Right.
and I can do that, but it forgets to be in the journal.
Right.
You don't even know you ate it.
No, you know,
And those are the things that catch up on us.
right.
Is the ones we think we're in control. And that's why I say stop, challenge, and choose works really good for me in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
if I don't get home, I don't have to worry about forgetting to journal it.
Right. Well, what I found too is it doesn't take much to get you out of fat burn. And I can tell that by my weight loss, because I can generally average about a half a pound a day for me when I am in full-blown compliance and doing what I'm supposed to do. And I can eat something that's off the program, and I can see for 2 days I won't lose any weight. Okay? So I know that for me, if I cheat, you know, if I go have 2 beers or 3 beers today, I'm done for 3 days, you know. So if my goal is out here at a certain weight, I've just wasted 3 days.
But while you're doing it, you still think you're in control of your life. And in reality, you are.
No, that stuff just takes over.
Devil, see that devil found you.
No.
But people think we're in control while we're doing it.
You
I
know,
just
one
have a
of-
propensity for
one of
bourbon
the-
straight.
One of the things they say that's consistent with weight loss is that people will lie no matter what their weight is. They'll never tell the truth, what it is, when they're asked that question. The studies have proven that. And that people will never log everything they ate. They can't trust people unless they have them in a controlled environment where they control what goes in their mouth. They never get the truth. And I think that's a human condition. I don't think that change. I think we all have that in common. I think that's not going to change. That's why we start developing the healthy habits and do as best as we can. And all of us have experienced the weight gain and the weight loss. But the secret to that is never quitting and always knowing what you want in the end and never stop working towards it. I don't think the struggle ends. And I think different people have different metabolisms. They have reactions to things different. I don't think weight loss is the same for every person, just as some people can eat anything they want and they never gain a pound. So I think it's very personal to each individual. And when you find what works, which I know Medifast worked for me, you know Medifast worked for you. We know it was healthy for us. We didn't suffer in any way. Once you get into fat burn, you're not hungry anymore and you have energy. So it's really hard to fool with that. But then when you take that one little step out into the other world, then you always think, I can get back on Medifast to take care of this right now. And it's not always that easy to get right back in there, because you really want to have the food that's so tempting, tastes so good, and it's so plentiful and accessible. Just exactly what our lesson was about. Yeah. Bev, what are you doing?
Well, you know, like,
Go ahead, Jerry. I'm sorry.
no, but like Connie and I know, I've had grandkids living with me for the last year,
Yes.
and having it accessible is not the word for it. You know,
Yeah, it's all on your table.
we wouldn't have any of the stuff that we have now.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God. So trying to stay on program and be compliant, you know, but I am trying.
I will say that
Go ahead, Connie.
testing has actually continued to work for me. We'll see how much longer it goes, and anymore, I'm not even concerned about the sugar side of this, which if you know me, that's huge. Yeah. Beverly, what are you doing in terms of what you eat on a daily basis and your movement? Because I know you're having a lot of success. You're over 50 pounds now.
Yeah, 52 as of today.
Yeah.
So I use the MyFitnessPal and I write everything down, and I try to keep right around 1,200, but most of the time it's a little under.
Yeah.
But the days that I know that I don't lose, or if I go 2 or 3, I found that I really wasn't eating enough, and then I go to 13 or 14, and then find I'd lost.
Yeah.
So it's hard to find a balance sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And that was a real surprise to me to find out you have to eat to lose weight. And a lot of people who are obese, like I was, I wasn't eating enough, and I didn't eat because I was already overweight. So it was like a vicious circle, and I was doing myself harm. That was the big surprise I got, was when you eat weight, you lose. When you eat more, you lose weight. So that is a very good lesson to learn. And that's what I was talking to Heather, making sure with all the exercise she was doing, was she actually consuming enough? That was good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming. It was great. Does anybody have any parting thoughts? I want to thank everybody for participating.
Just have a good time with your family.
Oh, thank you. Next Tuesday, where will I be? I don't know. Hopefully in a house that has internet. We'll see. But it has been enjoyable for me, for sure. So everybody have a good night. Thanks for coming. Thanks for your contributions, everybody.
Good night.
Well, I'll try to find out how to post that nurses call, Dorothy. June 1st, you said, right?
Yes, June
All right.
1st.
I'll see if I can't get that up in the wall, folks.
Mary Anderson, yeah.
Okay, babe. Night, all.
All right.
Good night.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Mom, I'll talk to you later this week.
Okay, sweetie.
Love you.
Love you too.